Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you.
And we can get started on our next DIY. I wanted to make like a honey jar, like a jar of honey. I thought that'd be really cute. And I do have one of these jar signs left over. Mine is just from, I think, Thanksgiving or fall. You can use any of those. They have them for any season if you have one. And then I picked up this great wall art from the Dollar Tree. I did not like the cheap frame. Like it is like literally broken and everything. It has glass on it. So I thought we could cover our honey jar with this cute little bee artwork. So if you're in your home decor aisle and you want to decorate with bees, be sure to keep on the lookout because they have just so many cute finds this year. So we're going to go ahead and take the frame off. See how the frame is even broken? Not a fan of that. And the glass, and I just want the artwork. It says, "Don't worry, be happy." It's like simple white and black with like a yellow bee on there, and it's almost the perfect size to cover our jar. And it kind of goes with that white wood pattern that's already on the jar. So I'm just going to kind of measure out where I need to cut it down just by flipping it over and kind of drawing on it where the jar would go. And as you can see, it's almost a perfect fit for the jar. So I'm just going to use my scissors to cut the paper down. And this was just a quick, easy way to take this jar sign and personalize it and make it perfect for a bee theme. So I'm just going to kind of cut off a couple corners that I was afraid might stick out just a tiny bit. And then we can go ahead and start securing this down. The leaves do kind of show on each side, but I'm going to use something to kind of frame it out and it will cover that up. So I am just going to use a Mod Podge on there and we are going to stick it down. Now be careful, I think I may have used too much Mod Podge on this because I did get a little bit of wrinkling, so I did have to kind of work to try to get this smooth. I'm just using my brayer for my Cricut to try to roll that down and try to get out any air. I probably would have been better if I did with the Mod Podge on the jar and not on the artwork, but we got it on there one way or another. Now to seal it on there and make sure it stays stuck, we are also going to Mod Podge over the top of it. And I always use the matte Mod Podge because I don't like the gloss or the sheen of any of the shinier ones. So I give that a good dry, just trying to make sure I have as much of the wrinkles out as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. And I do go over it with one more coat of Mod Podge just to kind of even it out a little bit. Kind of level it down. We're going to leave the burlap on the top of the jar because that's perfect. But I thought I could use some of this decorative nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, the brown rope. This is the skinny, thin kind. And I thought we could just border this out. It's going to kind of go with my color scheme. And it's going to look nice with that burlap lid. And it's going to cover up the leaves that you can see along the sides that my artwork was not able to cover. So we're just going to border that out just by putting hot glue all along the edges and putting the rope down. This is going to be kind of a tall sign. I just have enough room for this on my bottom shelf of my coffee bar. And I'm not going to do a stand or anything on this. I'm just going to kind of lean this one up against the wall. I think it's going to be perfect. I cut it once I get to the top of the jar here. I didn't really like that the jar now was kind of set back from that rope that was sticking out for the outline. So I do go back and frame out the jar lid as well. But I thought this turned out to be just a really cute little jar of honey DIY. I like to do anything that I was trying to think of anything I could do that would kind of go with the bee theme and with like a honey theme. So just simply doing an oval to circle out that jar lid. And that really did kind of make it mesh a little bit better with what I did along the sides. And I'm not going to do anything else to that. I think it's perfect. I thought about adding some ribbon or something like that, but I kind of like just the simplicity of it. So here's our little "Don't Worry, Be Happy" jar. Now let me give you a quick sneak peek of how the bee-themed coffee bar turned out. Definitely one of my favorite coffee bars that I've done. I think it's so cute, so many fun bee touches.